EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. His first carry, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Strubler to throw on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Lawrence to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, Lawrence. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. It's complete to Chris Conley. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. They'll try the left side. Cottrell. And some room to maneuver. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. On second down now, Cottrell. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Colts are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hines. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun is Strebler. He'll check this down to Hines. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. He gets it to Cooks. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Lawrence will throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And he's got his target, Chris Conley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the shotgun, Strebler. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Colts. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one taken just inside the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Strebler. Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the gun, it's Taylor. All the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jonathan Grenard showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Strebler to throw it. Flush to his right. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. Touchdown! T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Blankenship out for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Here's Smith to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll bring up a second down. Now a give right side. Cottrell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Taylor. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs and say, roads closed.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Josh Jones. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. From midfield now, Lawrence. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down, went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Lawrence. And that's complete to Cooks. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Again, it's Lawrence. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run with Hines. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To throw is Strebler. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. First and 10, Taylor now. They find some open field here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Strebler. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Strebler to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Texans scoop it. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rocky Sin.
And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now Strebler. Steps away to his left. And he's got room. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit. And
he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. There was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown, Houston. George Kittle, 77 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
They'll go. Strebler.
To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They run once more with Taylor.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
A short kick taken at the 18. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
He'll find the rookie from Michigan, Nico Collins.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. On 1st and 10, Lawrence.
They'll check this down to Johnson.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Lawrence.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. 26 yards on the play there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Indianapolis, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with